Hello and welcome to the TMZ podcast. I'm Charlie Cotton, and joining me on the podcast today is my boss and friend, Jim Eckhardt.
What's up?
How are you, man?
Doing well today. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you. We need to get the energy, Jim.
Yeah,
the energy here on a Friday.
I know, I agree.
It's the longest day of the year today, apparently.
Just found that out.
Summer solstice.
That means the seasons are changing and it's summertime. Beach weather, hike weather.
Love it.
It's gonna be nice.
All right. Today on the show, we will talk about what the feds found when they raided Diddy's home, because we've got the images now. We're seeing all the baby oil. We're seeing all the weapons that were found, the drugs that were found. Interesting to see for yourself.
It is, and to see where he stashed it all as well.
Yes, very true. We'll talk about Chris Brown because he just pled not guilty in the bottle throwing incident. So he's over there in England trying to defend himself. JoJo Siwa, she just admitted that she felt pressured into labeling herself a lesbian.
That's an interesting story. She had quite a bit to say about it.
Yeah, she did. And if we have time, I kind of want to talk about the billionaire founder of Telegram who has fathered like 100 kids.
Yeah.
And he's going to leave billions to them, so they'll be all right.
They'll do just fine.
We'll remind you we're live on YouTube, so if you're on YouTube right now, leave your comments or questions or whatever, and we will get to them at the end of the show. To begin with, Brendan Paul is on the stand right now. Let's just start there.
The alleged drug mule for Diddy.
Yeah, so he's being questioned. This is like that kid who, was he like kind of a college kid or just out of college?
Just out of college, used to be a former college basketball player, most notably at Syracuse. Yeah.
And they kind of detained or arrested him when he got off like a Diddy's private jet one day.
It was when the raids were going on. He was found to have cocaine and marijuana edibles on him at the time. So he ended up getting arrested for that.
And it was kind of a little bit funny, I guess, because he looks like the least likely person you'd suspect to be Diddy's drug mule.
Looks like an average Joe.
Yes.
As an average Joe myself, I can say that.
You could be a drug mule, Jim.
Shh.
So, yeah, Brendan's on the stand right now. We'll give you updates on what he has to say tomorrow. But what we do know and what we have seen now are images from the raids. So you remember like those, they raided Diddy's home in LA, and there was crazy scenes of all of these guys in suits, like it was
full body armor, guns drawn,
kids on the ground, like they had Diddy's kids on the ground in the backyard. Crazy raid, and now we're seeing some of the images of what they saw there that day. Loads and loads of baby oil. Firstly, how many bottles did they say they had seen there?
Initially, when they made the announcement of all the charges, it was like thousands of bottles of baby oil, I believe. But I don't think we see that many in the photos. But you just said before we started filming that you asked AI.
Yeah, I mean, I just plugged it into AI and said, hey, can you guess how many pictures of bottles of baby oil are in those photos? Yeah, but because you can't see a lot of the bottles, they're obscured from vision. So I just said, and they thought there was about 350 bottles between I think we have 4 or 5 images. So not the thousands I was expecting. Then again, why did I expect it and then there wasn't as many? Did they fib or did someone exaggerate?
I think it's just those are the ones that they captured at the time.
Right.
There could have been more and they just didn't get to taking photos of all of the bottles of baby oil.
It's just interesting how he has it stashed in drawers, in cupboards, in
cigar boxes.
Is that a cigar box?
I'm pretty sure that's a cigar box, yeah.
I thought it was a very nice sort of case. That's the deluxe baby oil right there. It was strange that he puts cases it like that.
The good stuff.
The good stuff. But yeah, just interesting we're seeing photos from inside his house. On to our next story. Chris Brown. He's pleading not guilty in the bottle throwing attack in the UK. He was charged when he went over there for a tour, and it turns out that they still wanted him from a February 2023 incident when he allegedly sort of hit some guy with a bottle and obviously really hurt the guy, and the guy wants to sue, and now he's in court saying, I'm not guilty.
Understandable. Chris Brown went to court today, had a nice blue suit on, looking spiffy to plead not guilty.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know Have we seen any much evidence of the alleged crime, or are we going to now?
At this, we potentially could, but at this time, we haven't seen any video or images from the alleged altercation.
Because it was in a nightclub or whatever, so surely they have sort of security camera. We'll see pretty soon what Chris did, but I mean, God, this guy just everywhere he goes, trouble follows him, huh?
That seems to be the case.
Yeah. So as part of the bail, he's a bail agreement, so he wouldn't have to spend the trial behind bars, I guess. He had to post a security fee of £5 million or $6.7 million. It's quite a lot. That's in case he never came back to the UK, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. I believe at the time they'd also taken his passport, which ultimately he got back after paying that the fee or the bail to get out, so he could continue on with his tour in Europe.
And the tour seems like it's going quite well. People don't seem to mind.
People love Chris Brown, man. Regardless of what happens, off the stage, people love Chris Brown.
Yeah, he seems like he's got like one of the most loyal, passionate fan bases.
Well, have you ever seen him on stage? He still rips dance moves.
Oh, does he?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But if he didn't have all of this sort of troublemaking stuff that we, well documented, could he be like,
He could be on like the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, he could.
He could be a top 4, top 3 artist in that sense, but unfortunately, he just kind of gets bogged down by things that happen outside of his music career.
Yeah, he's an interesting sort of like personal life versus like the art and the music. Can you separate them, or can you? He's a perfect person for that, and I think people can't with him. People can't separate his music. Like either if you remember everything that happened, then it's hard for you to like embrace him as much.
Yep. No, I completely agree with you.
Okay, on to our next story. JoJo Siwa says she felt pressured into labeling herself a lesbian as she opens up about her romance with a guy, Chris Hughes. So she obviously got with Chris when they were in the Big Brother house.
Yes. And
then she dropped her girlfriend, an Australian, Kath Hughes. What's her name? Kath Ebbs. Kath Ebbs. So she dropped her at the Celebrity Big Brother after party to be with Chris Hughes, and now she's opening up about this. She said that she felt pressured into labeling herself a lesbian, particularly from her own community. She said it came from the LGBTQ community, including people she knew and former partners who wanted to give her a label, even though she says she didn't feel like she wanted to give herself a label, because now obviously she's like dating a different gender.
It just sounds like she is a woman that wants to date who she wants to date, be attracted to who she wants to be attracted to without really putting labels on it.
Right. Well, I mean, I understand, like, then she shouldn't have put a label on it in the first place if she was going to tear the label off. Because people are very
if she felt that pressure, who knows the amount of pressure she was feeling, and who, like, obviously she says from the community and people she knew. If they were people that were very important in her life, kind of putting this pressure on her, I can understand why she would put that label on it.
Yeah, I just think, I don't want to speak for the community. I just know a few members and they don't want it, like weekenders. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like interlopers who like come and say something for a moment, and she's a attention seeker, JoJo Siwa. She'll even tell you she's attention seeker. It's like her and Demi Lovato. And why do you have to wave your hand in the air and say, look, this is who I am, and then a year or less later you change your mind? Then maybe just go live your life, go with the flow. Hopefully, don't feel pressure to label yourself anymore.
No, I completely agree.
All right. Final story.
Is this your favorite story of the day?
Final story, final story of the week, favorite story of the day. The billionaire Telegram founder, his name is Pavel Durov. He has fathered over 100 children.
Now, it's not that he was directly with all these different women. He was actually donating his sperm.
He was, proudly.
For the last 15 years.
Yes. And so now he is saying, because he's worth so much money, how much? $17 billion his net worth.
According to Forbes.
According to Forbes.
BBC is a little lower, estimating it at $13.9 billion.
What's
the difference of $3 to $4 billion?
Well, he's now saying that, he will give his 100 kids that he's fathered, his wealth when he passes away, which is pretty good news if you've never even met this guy and you're finding out one day, oh my God, I'm going to be a millionaire,
Yeah.
or a multi.
So, but he says it's going to be about 30 years from now until he does this because he wants all of these children to build themselves, from the ground up. That confidence, that hard work, that ethic. He's not just going to shovel that money to them immediately.
Right. Yeah, that's a good way to go. But if I'm one of the kids knowing that much money's headed my way,
oh, you want it.
I'm not as ambitious. Are you as ambitious to make something of yourself if you know that in a number of years you're going to be have at least 10 mil, probably way more?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how to divvy up $17 billion equally.
I wonder if the kids right now can take loans out from banks, saying, look, that's my dad. He said he's going to give me the money one day. Could I take some loans out now for the next 20, 30 years?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just thinking
eventually that money's going to come.
Just thinking like a no good kid. Thinking like a no good kid. All right, let's read out your comments. On Diddy, Franklin Wilson says, no offense, Charlie, because I like you a lot. Thank you, Franklin. And I imagine a lot of people do. That shit just ain't shocking anymore. The diddler is a monster. There's not much else to believe or say. Wow, thank you, Franklin. No offense taken. Justin says, the fact that the baby oil is stocked like a Target. I know.
It is.
Did he have some OCD thing?
How much baby oil was he using?
It's crazy that you need it in every little compartment.
People stocked up on groceries or beer during the pandemic.
That was him.
I think that was him with baby oil.
Yes,
yeah.
It was. I don't know why you need that much at one time at one of your locations.
Mm-hmm.
You can go back to CVS, you know what I mean? You don't need that much.
Maybe you do.
Oh, Costco. And maybe you do. Tammy Flynn said, I just watched the Chris Brown documentary and literally he's violent. Lock him up too.
Oh.
He might be, you might be right about that. He's headed that way, potentially. Jesse Remsen says, every time I see Chris Brown, I see Rihanna in the famous picture. I'll never forget that moment. Yeah, I think
understandable.
He can't be severed from that.
Yeah.
He'll always be...
It's always going to be tied to him.
But some people can refresh their image, but he's never been able to.
Mm-mm.
Some people make you forget about dark shit they've done.
Yeah.
But somehow, I think it's because it was Rihanna, and Rihanna's...
And people love her.
Yeah. And, that means we'll never forget. On the JoJo Siwa, Sivian Sanders says, I'm glad for JoJo being happy, let her live. I'm glad for her being happy.
Yeah. I mean, we got her out this week while she was out in the town in WeHo, and she was glowing. She was happy. She loves her life right now and everything that's going on.
She did look happy because she didn't look like she was... I mean, I know she's at Craig's, the #1 celebrity restaurant to be filmed at, but it's not like she was had all the crazy outfit and the crazy car and chilled JoJo Siwa. She looked regular, and so she looked happy.
Mm-hmm.
I think she should lean into that.
Yeah, completely agree.
And a few miscellaneous comments. Hello from Estonia.
What's up? Thank you for joining.
Lilia Ojamets. Thank you for joining from Estonia. That's amazing. And Eminem says, my 10-year-old heard the song Down Under by Men at Work and asked me to put it on her playlist. Fantastic.
That's good.
Something else that she should put on her playlist, the Big Down Under podcast. The Big Down Under podcast, and we have a little special exhibit A for you guys. Here is a taste of the episode that's out this week.
In America, I hold some crazy records. I've actually beaten Joey Chestnut in a couple of chicken wing contests.
You have?
So they're kind of my claim to fame. Yeah, I got 278 buffalo wings in 12 minutes and 224 grilled chicken wings in 8 minutes. And I beat Joey in both those contests. So pretty crazy.
How did you manage to do that? He's obviously the GOAT, right?
He's the GOAT, man.
Joey Chestnut came up after him after the competition and said that this guy's the GOAT of chicken wings. In the whole world, this Aussie guy can eat chicken wings faster.
It sounds like it.
Than anyone else. So chicken wings aren't even that big in Australia. They're bigger here, and we've come over and taken your thing.
Joey Chestnut's no joke. You beat him in anything involving food, you could be considered the GOAT.
Yeah, and this Aussie guy, Jay Webby, he's versing Joey Chestnut on July 4th. They're going to go mono and mono and others, actually. And at the July 4th thing, he's going to try and take home your biggest prize home to Australia.
A hot dog eating contest. That's an American staple.
It is.
Everybody watches it every 4th of July.
It is. So please, if you're If you're out there, click on the pod. Click on the pod. Save Big Down Under podcast, everybody. We should have a formal campaign. All right. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you for having me.
This was fun. Thank you for my performance review earlier in the week.
You do amazing work here, and I always look forward to working with you.
Wow. Likewise, brother. Likewise. Have a good weekend. And everyone out there, have a good weekend too. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.